This is an Ellis Mowers and More small engine repair. Stay connected on Instagram and Facebook at Ellis Mowers and More. Comments or questions? Leave them below or email me, ellis@ellismowers.com. Parts used in today's repair are found using the links in the description below. And as always, like and subscribe for more small engine content. On today's small engine repair, we're going to look at this Troy Bilt Bronco. It has been sitting for a while. Had a guy say, you think you can get it back going for me? So we're going to try and do that. This is, again, Troy Bilt Bronco. It's around the 2015, 2016 model year based on the emblems. It's got a 17 horsepower Kohler Courage on it. Does not have a cracked block. I don't see any major oil leaks on it. I don't think this mower really has a ton of hours on it. It's a little bit dirty, but I think it's going to clean up really, really nice. So what we're going to do, I'm going to get in here. We're going to see if we can get it to run first. If we get it to run, we'll check and see if everything else works on it. We'll get it clean. We'll get these tires fixed in the front, and we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and see what we've got. Again, I'll give you a quick walk around. I got a old GM key starting this. That's not the first time I've seen that. Kohler Courage 17, the 597cc. The block is not cracked, so that's a good thing. Carb is definitely gummed up because I can feel it, or I can smell it. And so we'll see if we can get that thing broke apart. Drain the gas out of it. Blades, I'm sure, are trashed unless they just recently got replaced. They actually might be all right. Everything looks like it spins freely. It goes in gear, comes out of gear. Again, it's just a little bit dirty. See if the blades turn on and off. That appears to be working like it should, so that's a plus. And so what we'll do is we'll get into it here in just a second. I believe it had a good battery in it when it came here. Made 12 of 2015, so it was sold in 2016 most likely. So we're talking 8 years now, and so should be all right. This is the years where Troy Bilt was really started to cheapen out on their stuff. They put some softer compound tires on it and lowered the horsepower of the engines, and that only lasted for a couple years before they changed the look of it. They were still cheap, but they at least boosted the horsepower of the engines a little bit more after that. So in checking everything looks good on it. I'm going to get an 8mm or a 10mm, and we're just going to pull this carb off and see what it looks like. Nothing too crazy, I hope. Hoping to have this thing running here in a few minutes. I think I've got carbs on it. Look at that air filter. That air filter's in really good shape, like it was recently replaced. So let me grab 10mm. And I need the 8mm. Slide this out. This is that bit line that they had to start putting on them. The good news is, like I said, this is the 2015 model year, so the Kohlers seem like they're, to me, I haven't really seen one of the later model year Kohlers have cracked blocks. I think those are usually relegated to about the 2006 to 2010 time frame. So that's a plus, I would suppose. But we'll pull this fuel line off. I need to put a lock on it, on that with the vice grips. We're just going to drain the rest of what's in here out because it looked pretty nasty. But don't want it to leak all over the garage. So. Okay. And then I think we got to take, what do we have to take? We got to take this off. Of course, this is the one that has this piece right here that kind of gets in the way, so that's not going to be fun to do. I'm trying to pull this plug out the back. So it looks like the approach here is going to be to pull off, let's see, I need to pull that off. Is there a way to get this off without pulling off the quick tab back in the back? I guess not. Okay. So just kind of get that out of the way. And I think if we take those two bolts off and one of these bolts off down here, we'll be able to get it. So we'll grab this 10 mil one more time. That's for the, it's to hold on the muffler, I believe. So we've got 3 bolts holding it right there. So 1/2 inch, no nuts behind them. So all of this just to get a piece of the carburetor off. I'm going to bend that down some. That would be ideal, but little clip things in the way of that one. Alright, so that gets us access to slide this thing off now. Or it should give us enough. I do need to get the 8mm to take off that one last one there. Okay. That. Oh, the whole backing piece came with it there. So that was fun. Oh, I see why. Okay. So that 8mm actually houses that backing piece also. Just do that right there and that'll help us some. Zip tie, man, they really did this one up, didn't they? Okay, now we just take the linkages off and we should be free. This little eyelet here that's on this one for the throttle linkage, governor linkage, make sure you don't lose that. So we've got it all off. I'll take it over to the bench over here and we'll see how bad it is. Hopefully I just have to clean out a jet, pop it back on, and it'll be good to go. I'm going to get a little pan, drain the remaining gas out of this, and then we'll put it all back together here in just a second. Y'all see that stuff coming out of it right there? Ew. It's heavily varnished fuel. So what we'll do, I just had there's my ground down wrench. We'll put that in here, see if we can get this off. Sometimes I gotta get it just right. Maybe I need to grind my wrench down a little bit more, huh? Alright, let's see if that works any better. Should. There we are. Didn't have it ground down enough. So there's the junk. Let's see if we can tap off the. Hopefully the gasket ain't trashed. Man, that's some nasty stuff. Oh boy. Oh, there's some nasty stuff in here. Woo! Yeah, so the jet's completely clogged. There's the bulb. Should be able to get some carb spray and just soften everything up here. I'm going to see if I can do that very quickly. It looks like everything else has kind of stayed. Is the needle stuck? Needle stuck too, so I'm going to get a little WD-40 for the needle. A little carb spray. And get all this off. I'll show you what it looks like after I do. So there's the green residual there. And we got the bowl clean. We got the carb jet and everything wired out. So I think we're okay. We'll put this back on. Let me find my anti-backfire solenoid and we'll get that taken care of. I just had that in my hand just a second ago. Y'all know how that goes though. So we'll put that back on. I got this freed up so it should work like it's supposed to. It's about 5 seconds away from cutting it off, but if it works I'll leave it on. Get my wrench on here just like that. And we need to move this over here though. And oh no, we had it right. And it's gonna go like that when we put it back on the machine. So we'll do that next. So we'll go ahead and put this back on now. I was being dumb and I didn't realize that you do not have to take that off in order to make it work. So we'll drain this gas out into this oil pan here, or at least try. Looks like that's about all that was in there, so that's good. Choke, throttle, and let's see. That spring. So now we should be able to just slide it all back on here. Just like that. We'll plug it back in. Alright, we'll plug it back in. That's good. And we'll slide. See, all the gaskets are still on it, so I think we're okay in that aspect. We'll slide this back on it. hoping that I don't have to do anything else. Let me go ahead and put the fuel line back on it, because it gets a little difficult after you do that. Okay. Now, tell you what, I'm going to put gas in it while we're filling this up, so that I know that it's not going to leak on me after the fact. I'm trying to get this mower out today, because I'm going to the place I can deliver this tomorrow. I'll be right in the area to deliver this, so trying to do that. Y'all, it has been crazy around here the past couple of weeks. What is this, about the middle of June? But we are getting some hot, dry weather coming up. And grass is already kind of dry, so repairs, there's no such thing as slowing down for repairs, but you know, if I can get caught up, that would be great, because I've got plenty of projects out there waiting for my touch, so to speak. So I don't know why I can't get this one on. I don't know why I cannot get that one on. Anyways, get that one on first. Now this will come on. That should be better. And then the third, the one up top, the 8 mil, should be this one. We'll get that one in as well. Okay. Gas is in it. We are not leaking, so that's a plus. We'll put these back in it. Which will be good. Like I said, I don't think this machine has a lot of hours on it, so batteries in it. We'll hook this back up in just a second. See if we can do a real-time situation here. Let me pull this back. See if we can get this thing to turn over for us and start. I'll pull this out from underneath it. All right. So, here we go. Excellent. So that's good. We'll go ahead and put all this stuff back on it. Probably go ahead before we wash it and all that, change the oil on it. And do a couple other things while we're at it. That's a good thing to see, though. So what I'll do next go ahead, we're going to change the oil and the filter on it. Let's see if we can get it. There we are. We'll change the oil and the filter on it. They did take the gas tank off, so we'll have to get a few zip ties and tie that back on. And got to clamp that, clamp a clamp down there in the bottom to where they were starting to work on this. But overall, we have got it all fixed and ready to go at this point, pretty much. Now we just need to service it, so that's good. I'll get that clip off camera. Literally, I'm just going to change the oil. We'll look underneath the mower deck just to see how it is, and give this thing a cleaning, send it back on, because, well, we're going to put some ATF in the tires too. I haven't shown you all the procedure for ATF in the tires in a while. I'll show you all that procedure since this is probably going to be a relatively short video otherwise. Show you all the procedure that I used for ATF in the tires. It is a good one. It seems to work. These go down over the course of a few days. You know, they just get dry right over time. The rear ones appear to be okay, so we're not going to worry about those. Just take a valve stem tool, take your valve stem out. There we go. This is a straw from a slime bottle. I just attached it to a small funnel. Slide it in place. Take a little bit of ATF, a measuring cup. We're going to put about 8 ounces in there. We don't need much in this one. Sometimes I'll put up to 16 if the tire's really, really bad. You'd be surprised at how much this does. Push the tire down, release the tire, and then pour the fluid in. It'll literally suck it in just like that. I used the slime bottle method for a little while, but the problem was the tops of the bottles were plastic and the transmission fluid would just eat right through them. So that's all it is, you know, about 6-8 ounces. Put this valve stem back in, inflate it, drive it around for a little bit, and you're good to go. So let me do the other side, and then we'll get up under the deck just to see how everything looks up under there. Probably have to sharpen the blades. Doesn't seem like the blades are bad on it, so that's good. And then we'll clean everything up after that. So like I said, we will clean this in just a minute. Just wanted to get the mower deck and just look at it very quickly underneath. So the blades look like they just need sharpening. Are they pretty level? Yes, they're pretty level, at least on that side. Yeah, that side may be just a tad off. But again, we're not talking about the space shuttle here, so they're within about a 1/16 of each other, which is what you're looking for. 2 5/16 will take this off. Again, the blades look pretty good, which is good, and we'll take care of that. I'll clean everything up, and then if there's any other issues that arise, I'll let you know. But if not, we'll I'll show you that it runs and drives next, right before we clean everything up. All right, y'all. I think it's time to send it out. Sharpen the blades. Fasten the gas tank. So let's see. see what we got over here. See if I can thread the needle. I needed an easy one. Ones I've had recently a bit of pain, it seems like. We're going to clean this up. We're going to clean off the deck and everything, and we're going to send this thing on back to the guy. I will show you all what it looks like once it gets all cleaned up here next. Wonder what a cleaning can do sometimes, right? I just gave this one a quick clean for him, just because it was really dirty and needed to be washed off. Blades are working great. Drive works good. Mow and reverse feature and all that good stuff, so it's ready to roll, and should be, you know, really good machine for a few years to come. I would estimate this thing probably doesn't have 10 hours on it, just because of how, you know, some of the wear items and stuff on it. Looks like it hasn't even been touched hardly. So again, there's the engine inside. We got it all nice and clean for them. And I think, let's see, just want to make sure that we don't have any fuel leakages or anything here. And I don't smell any, so that's good. And that's all water right there, so. Yeah, so I think we're all right, y'all. Just wanted to give you all that last look around. This thing, like I said, looks almost new, which is fantastic. And I don't know what he paid for it, but with what I've charged him to fix it, he couldn't have bought one for what he's got in this. So I do need to put a little bit of ATF in the rear tires, which I'll take care of that for him as well. But it's ready and all done. Alright guys, so that is everything on this Troy Bilt Bronco. I originally made this video because I thought we were going to be doing a lot more than what the obvious was, which was just a carb clean. The carb was pretty nasty. We got all that sorted out and ran it for a few minutes now. It's running excellent and seems to be all good. So gave it a good cleaning. Gonna send it back to the owner and hopefully have a good lawnmower to last for a good little while. Again, this is a later version of the Kohler Courage. They seem to be a little bit better in terms of rigidity and cracked blocks. I don't really see as many, or really many, after about the year 2010 that have cracked block issues. I don't know if Kohler did a revision or something like that. But, and we've got the, you know, blade sharpened. Oil wasn't even dirty, which is crazy. And air filter wasn't even dirty. So, again, overall, very, very good. Turned out really nice, and we didn't really have to do a lot of work to get it back going again. That's what I like to see here in the shop. I feel like I have not seen many of these in the shop here in the past few days, so it was nice to get one to get in and out quickly. Thanks again for watching this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it, getting this Troy Bilt Bronco back up and going again. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Take care.